Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and thanks for joining me for today's episode. Really appreciate that. And guys, today I want to have a little conversation on some things that a lot of bass anglers are proud of and they should be ashamed of it. We're going to get into that in today's video. I think it's going to make for an interesting conversation. Look forward to hearing your guys' comments on that as well. Also, guys, before we get started, we've got just about a week left, or not even a week, probably about 3 or 4 days left in that Tackle Warehouse 12 Days of Christmas sale. Man, if there's one thing that I would suggest you guys taking advantage of, you heard me talking about it, guys. This Lew's Custom Pro Bait Cast Reel, guys, I absolutely love this thing. If you're looking for a gift to give somebody or you want one yourself, guys, this thing is freaking awesome. 11 ball bearings, smooth as butter. I've fished it for 2 months now and I've yet to backlash it. So I'll put this Lew's Custom Pro Bait Cast Reel in my Tackle Warehouse link in the description. That's where I got mine at also. I think you guys will really like it. And also, guys, quick reminder, we do have my Fish the Moment winter lake map breakdowns up on the fishthemoment.com website now. I'll put that link in the description. This is a great resource, guys, to get some good winter places to fish on your favorite lake. Get you some GPS waypoints you can go straight to and tells you how to fish each spot. So I'll put all that links in the description. Really appreciate that. Okay, guys, let's get into this a little bit about some things that a lot of anglers are proud of that they shouldn't be proud of. Now, one of the things that, for me, it's like one of the things I'm sort of adamant about is in bass fishing, to me, it's not the success that you gain, or it's not how successful you are, or how many tournaments you win, or how many fish you catch. It's how you play the game. And you hear that a lot in sports. It's like, it's not if you win or lose, it's how you play the game. There is a lot of truth to that, because winning isn't everything and success isn't everything. A lot of it has to do with the bigger picture about the integrity and the ethics of how you approach something. It doesn't matter if it's sports or, just business, your life or whatever. How you play the game is going to leave a lasting impact on, just the legacy you leave behind, what people think about you, how you feel about yourself, how your self-esteem is affected. So one of the things that I always strive for, it's, to play the game right, how you play the game. And there's a couple things that I see in bass fishing that a lot of people are, pat their back on, and, they shouldn't really do that. I sort of want to get into today's video and also sort of offer the viewpoint about the benefit of not doing it that way, a benefit of doing it a little bit different. One thing about that, I'll tell you guys one thing right off the bat that stands out in my mind, excuse me, is ever since I was, about 16 years old, I've had my own truck and I've had my own boat. And my dad told me back when I was about 13 or 14, he said, Randy, you want to have some stuff, you got to get out and get a job and work for it. Nobody's going to give it to you. So when I turned 15, I went to this car dealership in Joplin, Missouri, and they gave me a job washing cars after school. And then also when I turned 16, I got a job at a restaurant bussing tables, and I worked after school and on the weekends, and I was able to save up enough money to buy a little junky $600 truck, and I bought a $200 leaking flat bottom boat, put a 20-year-old 9-horse motor on it. And guys, even though they were junky, I was so proud of them because I bought them. They were mine. I worked for it and I bought it. And the satisfaction that I came out of purchasing that old beat up Datsun pickup and that old leaking flat bottom from a rummage sale over in Galena, Missouri, it stays with me to this day because I did it myself. And it's like, even though they were, they were all junky pieces of equipment, I kept them spotless. I would shine the rust. It's like I kept them perfectly clean. I was proud of it. And one of the things I see today is I don't see that. I see a lot of anglers that have things given to them, that they don't have to work for it. And when you don't have to work for something, and when you have it given to you without having earned it, it really diminishes that. And the entire energy behind that particular, it could be a boat or a truck or rod and reel or whatever, it goes down. So one of the things that I would highly suggest is that try to do things for yourself, man. If there's things that you want in the sport and want in bass fishing, try to earn it yourself. Don't take a handout or don't have it given to you. Even, you know, a lot of people are well-meaning with that and they want to help people out. I get it. But in the big picture, even if you don't have the best stuff, it goes a long way just in how you feel about it. Because like I said, that stays with me. This was 50 years ago and it still stays with me today. Another thing with that, guys, is like information and fishing. One of the things that I've always tried to do in my bass fishing, I try to find my fish by myself. Yeah, I had buddies that were in the tournaments. We shared information, and once in a while, back when it was legal, if I knew somebody that lived on a lake, if they were a friend of mine, I'd ask them, hey, how much weight has it been taken to win in tournaments, or what's the water visibility or whatever. But all the most gratifying tournaments I've ever fished that I've done well in, I really, really took note of how good it felt to figure those fish out myself. Go out there, find them. Nobody told me what to do. Nobody told me the lure to use. I just let it unfold. And it's like a lot of times when you have stuff handed to you like that, information handed to you, again, that you may be successful, you may winning tournaments, but it diminishes the experience. And finally, one of the last ones, there's more out there, but you know this is coming, guys. Let's talk a little bit about forward-facing sonar and about how people are proud of the success that they have with forward-facing sonar, and they should be ashamed of it. If you're one of those people out there that have had success with forward-facing sonar or advanced technology like that, don't pat yourself on the back. It's like because you did not find those fish. Those fish were found for you by a piece of electronic equipment. And it diminishes the success that you equate as success or not. It's like you can't assign and be proud of something that you did not go out and put the dirt time in and work. Now, I don't mean going out and putting the dirt time in on your trolling motor out in the middle of a cove looking for, dots on a forward-facing sonar screen. I'm talking about the dirt time that it takes to understand the nuances of bass movement, behavior, and be able to figure out and dissect seasonal patterns and movements, and then fine-tune everything with bait selection, lure categories, lure profile, lure color, speed to retrieve, cadences, boat positioning, all the stuff that comes with fishing to find fish. One of the best piece I can give you guys, some of you guys are like, whatever, Randy, just, shut the F up. There's going to be 10% of the people say that. But if you want to have the most rewarding experience in bass fishing, don't equate the reward with how many bass you catch or how good you do in a tournament. Equate it with how you played the game. And if you go out there and if you fish to find those fish and you hunt to find those fish and you dissect the nuances of what's going on in a lake and you figure out the right technique and the right color without the aid of electronic technology pointing you where to cast, the gratification and satisfaction that you're going to get out of that is going to far outweigh any short-term benefits that you have from having a piece of electronic technology show you where a fish is at, show you what that fish is doing, show you how that fish is reacting to your lure while your head is glued to that screen. It just goes back to the whole thing about how you play the game. So a little bit of tips and advice. I'm just sharing with you guys something that I've learned from being on this planet for a long time, and things that make life worth living and things that really benefit and make life richer. And it doesn't come from having things given to you. It doesn't come from taking the easy road. It doesn't come from having a piece of equipment do the work for you. It comes from hard work, focus, determination, dedication, passion, and earning it for yourself. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think about it. We'll check in later.